Hi, it's Melissa here. Welcome back. Today I'm sharing the latest sketch reveal over at Let's Get Sketchy, and this is the sketch by Jessie. And here is a quick look at my layout. So this sketch is what I would call a simple sketch that leads to mixed media. And with a sketch like this, there's either the option of following it exactly or using it as a starting point and then adding your own style. And so that's what I decided to do. All of the products except for this piece of Studio Calico paper are bits and pieces left over from past hip kits. I kept all of my old pieces from hip kits in a box, and they all coordinate really well, and I did that on purpose to keep them together so that I could pull from them. And the photo is of a latte, and it's an Instagram photo that I took during my pregnancy when I barely felt like coffee at all because I was so sick, but on this particular day I felt like having coffee, so it was definitely a worthy picture to take because I love my coffee very much. I have it every day, but as many of you who've had babies know, sometimes you go off things, and for me it was coffee. So the other piece that's not from hip kits is that piece there. It's a piece of my planner. I have a Mambi, or Me and My Big Ideas Happy Planner, and when I bought it, a couple of months had passed already, so I just pulled those pages out, and I'm using them in my scrapbooking as layering pieces. So here I've got a frame, and I think it's a crepe paper frame from a chipboard sheet, and that tag there is from Notes and Things by Crepe Paper, so I was definitely keen to get these bits used up. Now I kept the colours pretty neutral in this one. There was no mood board. We only have mood boards on the first and second, sorry, so that each team gets to work with a mood board. So I'm in Team A, and it's our second reveal for the month, and so pretty much it's just the sketch and the rest is up to us. So I pulled more neutral colours, and I knew that I wanted to use that little coffee cup from Ellie's Studio collection from last year. I can't remember what it's called, but it's one that is about food, and it also had a tag that said, but first coffee or tea, and I wanted to use that as well, but I found that the style of that, not a tag, it's a label, it didn't go with this layout. So I'm just building some layers. I'm using a glassine bag that had held some embellishments, and now I'm going through the basic grey Highline snippets pad, and I'm just pulling out some cut apart cards and bits and pieces that I think I want to use. The colours in this are great. I love the font and text in this pad. I think it was probably from the first ever hip kit that I ever got. So I love that grey pattern, and I'm tucking that in behind my layers, and I'll just play around and see what works. So if I'm happy with the position of something, I'm going to glue it down, and that's why I've just got my double-sided tape. The tab on the top of the photo I cut at a crop. One of my friends, I think it's a Stampin' Up tab, and she's a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and she had that tab there, so I was keen to use it. And sometimes it's good to do that. If you're at a crop and someone has a tool that you don't have and they're willing to let you use it, go ahead and cut a few things and just add them to your stash, and you never know when they'll come in handy. So now I'm cutting that frame in half because I'm not going to have all of it showing. I just want a piece of it poking out the side, and I'm just gluing it down with some Tombow. I'm just tucking it amongst my layers, and I like the dimension and interest that it provides. Now the colours on some of these pieces from Highline were wrong, but the yellow is too intense, and even that card there I think I struggled to use at first. So I'm just playing around to see if I want it anywhere. Please excuse my kids in the background. It is school holidays here. That's the extra noise that you can hear. So I'm happy with that now, and it's a typical layering style for me, so I'm going to get that one down. I had ahead of time used some new gold acrylic paint, and just with a foam brush had put the paint in the positions that you see on the layout, which are really based on the positions on the sketch. Sorry about that, my little one just came in the room to show me something that she's playing with. She just said yeah. So I had this little hashtag Insta, which I also really wanted to use, but the colours didn't really work. And I wanted to use it because this is an Instagram photo and I thought it was perfect, but it didn't make it. This best ever Thickers title is from Dear Lizzie, and I think I had a couple of phrases left on the sheet, so it was good to use that up as well. And I thought it worked really well because it was probably the best ever coffee I had while I was pregnant because I actually felt like it. And now that's another tag from notes and things, and I did want to keep it whole, but in the end I've cut it down and I'm just putting some tombow and I'm tucking it underneath my layers. The reason I separated that little takeaway coffee cup from my main embellishment area is because I guess my coffee is not a takeaway coffee, it's a have-in, dine-in coffee, and I didn't want to have it, I don't know. Sometimes I find things that are too themey a bit much, so I thought a bit of separation would be good. It's still a coffee cup as far as I'm concerned. Now that is some twine, it's thick baker's twine from Stampin' Up, and I have been struggling to use it lately, but it was good to get it on this layout because of the more brown gold tones of this layout. And these are some tiny word stickers from Amy Tangerine. That the blue colour worked really well. And these are, I think, from Craft Market or Maggie Holmes, I can't remember. Craft Market, I can see it on there. And so I just pulled some that went really well with a photo of coffee, such as It Was Delightful, For the Record, My Favourite, Just Like Me, and Counting the Days, because for me pregnancy was an ordeal and I really was counting the days until I would feel normal again and not want to throw up all the time. And this photo was taken in March and Brielle was born in April, so about 8 months pregnant and still feeling sick. Here I've got some Teresa Collins chipboard and buttons, and the blue button was perfect with the tones in this layout, so I just tucked it half behind my photo. And I had some Evalicious puffy flags, but the colours weren't right. And then these are some Teresa Collins stickers, alphas and word stickers, and that's where I got the this and that, which I thought worked really well. And here I've just tucked the other side of the frame behind, on the other side behind those words. So I'm adding my journaling, and what I've been doing lately is looking at my Instagram and copying in or journaling in what I had on my Instagram, and I had written, I feel like this today, and I had a hashtag morning sickness, I will win. And underneath that I just wrote, this is what I wrote on the Instagram posting of the soy latte from the Tin Goose Cafe. And then I will add the date. So this is for my pregnancy album. I've been making good progress. One of my goals for 2016 is to complete projects that are not completed. And I think I have about 2 layouts to go, and then the album will be done as well. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm just adding some black Heidi Swap colour shine. I'm trying to be minimalistic in it, but I thought it needed a little bit more, and that is my final layout. So do come and play along at Let's Get Sketchy. Make sure you link up your layout, and I'll put the blog link below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.